I'm Maria Aloe, and I'll be walking you through the Fab number 12 slide, Considering Competition from Intro to Marketing, taught by Dr. Gary Hunter. As we all know, competition plays a major role in the marketing industry because that'll determine where customers go for a particular service over another. And so, it's crucial to know your competition before putting your product on the market, and it's important to remember these three questions. Who's my competition? What are their strengths and weaknesses? And how can your product differentiate from theirs? Both the SWOT analysis and the 5 forces model can help you answer those questions. I'll be using Starbucks as an example, and coffee houses have great music, so it's a great excuse to play Dave Matthews. The SWOT analysis identifies different strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats at an internal and external level within a company. Once compiled, you have a well-rounded analysis for a particular company. The 5 forces model is a useful tool for getting an analytical grasp on the state of the competition and underlying economics within an industry. A company can have a low, medium, or high rating that determines its overall standing against the competition. These categories range from the power of customers and suppliers to the threat of new companies or substitute products. All in all, they give you a competitive edge within the industry. Let's turn to the example. Starbucks Coffee, a company that started in the 70s and still thrives today. However, Starbucks, or any other company for that matter, isn't perfect, so we'll consider their competition by identifying and evaluating their competitors. First, we'll look at the SWOT analysis. For internal strengths, Starbucks is an amazing brand image that most everyone has seen or bought from. They also have an extensive global network of suppliers. Some internal weaknesses are their higher prices and imitable atmosphere. Compare Starbucks to Underground Coffee, a similar atmosphere where people can study, have lunch, or just hang out, but it's nothing new to customers. When we look at the external opportunities for Starbucks, we could see an even more diverse menu. Sure, they offer seasonal drinks, but you also know what you're getting when you go there. Whereas Underground, you have a wide selection and changing menus. In addition, Starbucks could benefit from expanding further into Asia's market, where they currently perform well. Lastly, Starbucks has a few threats that many companies also have. So even though Starbucks has a devoted customer base, new coffee shops are always popping up, and because it's more of a community coffee joint, everyone flocks there. Not to mention, these independent coffee houses usually have the better price. Now let's look at the 5 forces model. Here, we see that overall Starbucks is a medium to strong competitive force, which makes them an at-risk company because of the low-cost switching and the large number of other companies in the industry. We've come to this conclusion based on the other 4 categories of the model. The first being new entrants. They can compete against Starbucks, but even established companies find it difficult to compete against them due to the cost of building that brand name. This category would be a moderate force. Next, the power of suppliers. Because there are so many suppliers, and Starbucks actually has a policy of diversifying their supply chain, suppliers do not have any real impact on their business. This makes them a weak force. Moving to the threat of substitute products. Starbucks customers can easily shift to other products or services because there are so many out there. For example, different creamer companies or at-home machines that make a similar product, and many of these substitutes actually cost less than Starbucks. This would make them a strong force. Lastly, the power of customers, similar to substitute products. Customers can easily shift from Starbucks to other brands because it's affordable to do so. Although, there is a certain piece of Starbucks that keeps you coming back for more, and therefore is categorized as a medium force. In conclusion, when creating a product or business, remember to use the SWOT analysis and the 5 forces model. And as our Harvard Business Essentials book says, failing to recognize and realistically assess competitive forces is perhaps the biggest sin that a marketer can commit. And just remember to keep your friends close and your competitors closer. Thank you.